Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Morgan Grice and I'm a freelance illustrator and bookbinder, currently in the process of setting up my own handmade stationery business called Odd Orange. I've been filming the entire process of setting up this company and posting it here to my YouTube channel, and this is episode 7 of the series, so if you haven't watched the previous 2, go back and watch those and this will make a lot more sense. This episode is all about how I hand finish and foil my greetings cards, how I package them up. I also show a little bit of my bookbinding, the finished books, as well as share my thought process, what's going to be happening over the next few months. So if all of that interests you, then keep watching. Hi, it's me again. I am on to my 3rd and final month of production. I'm so excited. And this month it's just going to be the 190 GSM sketchbooks. I'm making about 40 A5 ones. They're all going to be hardcover for these. Not going to be any paperbacks in the 190 GSM for this launch anyway. I'm also making some smaller B6 sizes, and this is because basically the paper that I ordered, the format is slightly different than the 150 GSM sketchbooks, because essentially when you bookbind, the grain direction of the paper has to go in a specific way, and the grain direction for this paper, it comes in a different direction, so I have to cut the paper down more and it takes more time. So that's taken me a while getting through cutting that down, and it's creating some scraps which I didn't get with the 150 GSM sketchbooks. And because I'm trying to produce as little waste as possible for this company, I'm making sketchbooks out of the scrap paper. So I'm making little B6 sketchbooks. This is a comparison of my head. This is how they look in comparison to the A5. I did this size for my first stationery collection, and they were really popular, to be fair. They're really good for travel, I find, these smaller ones, because when the book is all finished it still fits into the palm of your hand, which is really good for travelling. A lot of artists that like to draw on the go, like on public transport, or if you like to go and draw on location. So it's really good for that because you can hold the sketchbook in one hand and draw with the other hand, and you haven't got to try and balance it or have a little setup or anything. It's really quick and easy. So I do really like these mini sketchbooks. I'm really pleased that I have scrap paper to make them out of. It also gives you a cheaper alternative to the hardback sketchbook, so you can still get a nice beautiful hardback sketchbook, just a bit smaller and a little bit cheaper. So there's that as well. My envelopes and my little handheld embossing machine is due today to come in the post, so I'm going to be waiting for that as well. When that comes, I'll show you how I set that up, and then the cards will be finished. But yeah, that's me for today mostly. Just gonna get started with cutting all the paper down, folding it, piercing, same thing I've done for the last 2 months, and sewing next week. So yeah, that's me. I'm in the middle of folding all this paper, and I've been having a little bit of a dilemma, a little bit of a stressy moment the last month or so. I thought I would just come in here and talk about it, just because at the moment, from all my videos, it seems like everything's sunshine and roses, but you know, I mean, it is going well. Everything's going to plan, which I'm really, really happy about. But I'm just a little bit stressed about the launch and everything. I mean, it is a lot, it is a big deal setting up a company, and I want to do it right. And I'm just aware that I don't have as much time nowadays to work on it. I talked about this briefly. I work part-time in a warehouse, and I am going back to my uni job next week. So I work at the university that I graduated from. I'm like a mentor in residence / drawing technician. I do a day and a half there. So that's going to leave me 2 days working at the warehouse, a day and a half working with the uni, and then a day and a half on the business, which isn't a lot. Of course, I can work some weekends, but not all weekends, because I want a life as well. And when I figured out my action plan a few months ago, I did factor that in because I was working those hours at the time. So with that action plan in mind, with all the goals I need to do and a realistic time frame, my launch is due in February, beginning of February. I hope I meet it. It's the last 3 months whilst the uni's been on holiday, on break, I've been able to work 2 or 3 days a week on my business, and it's been great, especially with production because it's so busy and full on. So obviously that's going to slow down now. To be honest, I wanted to launch before Christmas. That was my goal. I wanted to launch beginning of December because that's when it's at its busiest. I know that things will sell well then. And if I launch in beginning of February, things will be slow. People are generally quite skint at the beginning of February. Obviously everyone gets paid just for Christmas, and then it's a long time until they get paid again at the end of January. And after buying Christmas presents and things, people haven't got as much money. So a February launch is quite risky, but I wouldn't be able to wait until April, because that would just be silly, waiting months and months when I'm ready to launch, when I could be launched. So yeah, that's where my head's at. I want this launch to go well. I spent a lot of money and time on this business. Obviously I want it to go well, and I'm just worried that launching in February will really affect things. I think I just need to accept that things will probably be slow. It will come in time. The sales will come in time. So yeah, I just need to be more chill about it. But I've kind of been a bit low because I've had to accept that I probably won't launch before Christmas. But yeah. Good morning. It's Tuesday the 5th of October, and I'm in the process of sewing up all of these books. I've ended up with a lot more books this month than expected. I was planning on making about 40 A5 sketchbooks. I've got about 37, but I had so many scraps for these smaller B6 sketchbooks, so altogether I have 65 sketchbooks to make this month, which is a bit of a mad one, especially since I'm so busy. I reckon it's going to take me maybe like an extra week or two on top of the month that I've given myself. But that's fine. I have a crazy busy week this week. It's my first week back at the uni. I'm doing a talk, I'm getting some training. I've got a interview this afternoon with BBC Radio Shropshire, which is exciting. I'm really nervous about it. I'm sure it'll be fine. But yeah, so a busy day ahead of me, but should be fun. I'm just gonna sew some books and then work on some other things this afternoon. Morning, it is Sunday the 10th of October, and today is the day of my photo shoot, which I'm really excited about. We have a friend coming round to take photographs of all my products that I've made. I'm really excited. His work is amazing. I might film a bit of that if he doesn't mind, but we'll see. Here's all the things that I'm photographing, and yeah, I hope it goes well. I didn't get to film much of yesterday in the end, just because we were kind of in the zone and I didn't want to disturb Owen too much from his work. But it was a really great day. We took some Owen took some really amazing photos. I'm so excited to get them all once they're all edited and finished. Yeah, he listened to me, listened to everything that I wanted, did a really good job executing it all my crazy ideas and everything. So yeah, really pleased with that. This week I'm finishing off bookbinding. Didn't do as many books as I wanted to last week, so I'm going to spend most of my week sewing, attaching the end papers and trimming the book blocks. And then once that's done, working on the covers. I have some of the slim paperback sketchbooks I need to finish as well, now that the rest of my materials have come in. And I might make some bookmarks out of scraps, we'll see. I also need to finish my marketing plan. It's a little bit of a mad rush trying to do everything, but I'm really enjoying it. It's really fun and I can't wait to keep on going. So that's the end of today's video. It's a little bit of a short one, The next one's going to be a pretty big one. The next video is going to be all about my final quarter before my launch. I show how I design my packaging, how I package all my products, how I build my website, how I plan my marketing, pretty much everything that goes into the final stages preparing for launch of a business. So it's going to be a good one, very jam-packed. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. I should be posting it in the next few weeks. Thank you so much for getting this far in my series, and I will see you soon.